Welcome to our SNES Classic Expedition. With me always is Chucking Dice. I'm Augmented Biscuits, and special guest is Johnny Phive. Say hi, Johnny Phive.
What's up, everybody?
That's a little low. We're all kind of tired. Where it's like, wait, it's 4:05, right? Your clock is an hour ahead.
4:12 actually.
4:12. So it's 4:12 in the morning right now. We're making our expedition to the Walmart in Lancaster, California, to see if we can snag an SNES Classic for each of us. Don't ask why. Well, you know why we're up this goddamn early. As the famous line in Hackers goes, not even God's up this early. We're heading there now. We're actually heading to the Palmdale Walmart. We're going to check it out. If not, we'll head over to the Lancaster one. But we're hoping not too many people are up at this time in the morning to get an SNES Classic. Just for those of you who know, SNES Classic is a little miniature console from Nintendo, which comes with 21 preloaded games, one of them being Star Fox 2, which was never released. We're all hoping to get one, mainly because of the nostalgia factor, but also we want one really bad because of nostalgia factor. We all grew up with SNES. We had really great memories of it. Our very own Chucking Dice actually never had an SNES growing up. He actually had to go to a friend's house and play it. And his friend always hogged it, and Chucking Dice stabbed him in the face, and it just became this giant thing. The stabbing in the face probably didn't happen, but I know he did tell me he never grew up with one. So, Chucking Dice, I know you're driving. Maybe I shouldn't give the mic to you. Johnny Phive, or actually, Chucking Dice, let's see if you can give us some feedback. So what are you mainly looking forward to if you get an SNES Classic?
I'm looking forward to playing Earthbound legitimately on a television screen and not a computer screen. Earthbound, I will say, is my favorite video game, and it's on the SNES Classic, which is very unusual because they've always been... Nintendo has been very leery of releasing that title for so long that they eventually released it on the Virtual Console, but I kind of want to play it on with an SNES gamepad.
So there you go. He wants to play Earthbound like a fucking nerd he is. Actually, no, I'm actually looking forward to Earthbound as well. I'm actually looking forward to Mario RPG, mainly because I had a Mario RPG cart, and for some reason it didn't work. I don't know if it was the connectors or maybe the battery inside died, but I could never get it to work. I actually had it stored in my trunk for a while. Maybe that's why it didn't work. But I'm looking forward to Mario RPG because it was just a very weird RPG to play. It also was an RPG that was easier for me to swallow because it wasn't Final Fantasy. And the battle system was a little more active. Hitting the button at the right moment gave you an extra damage. But I heard it was really fun. I played a little bit, but not too much. I would also be looking forward to Star Fox and Star Fox 2. Now, Star Fox kind of... I'm a little worried of Star Fox because I remember playing it on the SNES and it not running very well. And apparently that's because of the Super FX chip. But I'm hoping maybe it runs a little bit better on the SNES. We'll see. There are some reviews out now for the SNES Classic. Polygon has a review. Kotaku has a review. Everyone is saying it's a great little system if you can find it. There's a lot of great games. One thing Kotaku did point out is that the SNES games have aged very well compared to the NES Classic games. It seems like a lot of the great, video games of all time are included on SNES Classic. So we'll see if we can snag one.
All right, guys, it is, 6 a.m. in the morning. We're in Palmdale, California, and we're all one Super NES Classic richer.
Correction, I'm 2 richer. I took yours.
No.
Yours is in my bag, so it's automatically mine.
You call it? Okay, guys. So we have it. It's great.
We finally got it. It's a lot smaller. When they pulled the boxes out, I think me and the other guy, there was a customer in front of me, we both looked at each other like, wow, it's a lot smaller than we thought it was going to be.
All right, that's what she said.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Welcome to my first time I had sex.
I'm excited just because, of course, I've never actually owned the system. So this is me. This is the closest thing of...
You got a hair on your knuckle.
Well, that's what men do. This this is the closest I've ever had to own an actual Super NES. Never owned it before, but didn't really want to buy it. Don't want to be a retro collector, but this has all the games that I want. I don't really need anything beyond this collection.
Would you say that actually getting your hands on this takes the sting out of not getting the NES Classic?
Yeah, I can talk to my parents again now.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Johnny Phive?
It's nostalgia, it's having this thing again.
You're tired.
And,
You're also very tired, aren't you?
I am very tired. My eyes are burning. Super excited to play Street Fighter Turbo, though. Looking forward to that.
Who's the character that you use mostly in Street Fighter?
Well, of course, Ken.
Ken?
Yep.
Ken's pretty good. No Ryu though, or Ryu. Ryu?
Nah, bro, you gotta use
E Honda.
Yeah, E Honda.
E Honda is that series was made around E Honda and his car company.
I always found it really hard to use any of the charge characters, any like Guile, where you had to charge into his like moves. They were kind of hard to pull off.
This brings us to another point: is that pronunciation of Street Fighter characters. I've seen like Blanca, Guile, Gully.
Gully.
Yeah, some people call him Gully. I guess they just can't pronounce Guile.
Maybe they mix the L and the I out.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Ryu, Dulcim, Dullism.
Wait, does this Street Fighter? Does this one have you can use all the boss characters as well? You can.
Yeah, this is Turbo, so
okay.
Yeah, so it's all
Vega and Bison.
I guess it's Street Fighter Turbo Championship Edition, I think.
So we are very excited to actually finally get our hands on this. I mean, I'm ecstatic because it's got a lot of great games I enjoy, like Mega Man X, Link to the Past. I can finally play Mario RPG proper, Earthbound. I'm excited for Star Fox 1 and 2.
You furry.
But I'm kind of worried that I'm going to be disappointing them because they're probably going to run like shit.
This is like one of the things that you can say with Nintendo is that when they put out something, there is actually a quality like seal of approval that they have.
You gonna try it? All right, Johnny Five's gonna make a venture, see if we can get another one.
Okay, so
good luck, Johnny Five.
We just wanted to share something. The reason why he's going back inside is that there was a limit per one per customer.
Put on a mustache. Put on a mustache.
Yeah.
Take off your black shirt.
So like basically, which I think is a good idea. So because it
deters scalpers.
Yeah.
So just so you know, the store did say that they had 34 on hand.
34. Yeah.
The line was 22
deep. Yeah.
22 deep. So everybody in line got one. They still had some units left. Again, we're not sure if they're still going to be available because again they're limiting them to one per person. But also, I think more people are starting to show up.
Yeah. Definitely, because it's 6 a.m. This is actually when Walmart opens. It's not one of those 24-hour Walmarts. If you went to a 24-hour Walmart, it would have been available at 12:01. I was actually surprised on how much people didn't come to this Walmart. Actually, not so much. I figured that would happen because if you go to the Walmart where we live, basically in Burbank, everyone from LA will go to that Walmart. They'll go to that Target, they'll go to that Best Buy, and there's going to be like 50 people already in line.
The funny thing, too, was that in the Walmart we're at right now in Palmdale, there's a Best Buy and a GameStop, and a customer in front of us said he actually drove by the Best Buy and the GameStop.
Right.
And he said the Best Buy had about 30 people in line. Or no, wait, I think 50. He said it was a huge.
He said it was like there was tents and everything there.
Yeah, he's like there was a huge line for Best Buy.
Right.
He's like GameStop had a line, not a long line, but there was still a line. But apparently he called last night, and they confirmed with him that they were only going to get 10 units in.
Right.
Best Buy, I'm not sure how many they got in, but
I'd say probably comparable to.
Yeah, I guess probably comparable to Walmart, but no one showed up to Walmart, which was at the time we came.
Well, I guess this is also it's a poorly reviewed Walmart on Yelp, but I think Yelp reviewers on Walmart are a little too harsh and they expect a little too much. This is not the Ritz.
You know what? I gotta give it to them, to the staff here too, because they had a security guard.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they actually escorted the line, so you didn't have to make a mad dash.
Yeah.
And they really came out and they said, okay.
Because I was prepared to do a mad dash.
Yeah, they counted the line and they say, okay, everybody in line right now is going to be able to get a unit.
Right.
And not only that, they're like, we're going to escort you so you guys don't have to run. We don't want it to be disorganized. they escorted the entire line. They had people ready for the transactions.
Right.
So I think they handled it really well.
Plus, these are like old school video gamers. They kind of like they just want their product and they want to leave. They don't want to go online to, throw racial slurs at people.
That's the best part.
So we're still waiting for Johnny Phive to see if he can grab another one. Or
I will be really surprised if
it'd be so funny if like they kick him out like one of those like old timey movies, and like
get out of here.
Like he has to pick.
What if they take his picture and ban him?
Well, that's fine. We're like an hour away from where we live, so it's no big deal that he gets kicked out of Palmdale's Walmart. Like they come in here is like, you're gonna have to return those. Like what? He ruined it for all of you. But
so what are you gonna play first?
I mean, I'm gonna go back home, and I took all of today off. But Johnny Phive is gonna be with me, so inadvertently, I think we're gonna start playing Street Fighter 2 first. We'll have a little rematch with Ken and E Honda. E Honda, the world's champion in Street Fighter. I really, really want to play Earthbound, but I think I'm going to be playing that a little later, since that's more of like a slower paced RPG. Obviously, Contra's on the table. Mario Kart. I have been playing Zelda on my 3DS, or I should say my new Nintendo 3DS XL, which is kind of a mouthful. But I'm going to probably start playing on the SNES Classic, just because it's a little bit more, you have that authentic feel with the controller and such. I don't know. What do you want to play first?
Sleep.
Sleep?
I don't know.
You got to go to work, buddy.
I know. I got to go to work today. I'm probably not going to play anything. I'm actually going to hide this from my kids, because if my kids see this, they will lose their shit.
Do they even know what it is? I guess they'll see the pretty box.
My son is probably just gonna be like, "Oh, what is that?" And he'll be like, "That's cool." I don't know. I think I actually might play
Star Fox.
Yeah, I'm torn. It's either gonna be Star Fox or maybe Mega Man X.
Mega Man X.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering what I'm even. I'm probably not even gonna play this goddamn thing. I'm just gonna put it in my.
How'd it go?
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah. Okay, so if you didn't hear that,
So
Johnny Phive just got back, and apparently a worker at Walmart actually bought the last one.
What were you, like 10 seconds late?
Yeah.
Like he just bought it?
Yeah, like literally I saw
And they're like, "Oh, they bought the last one."
All right, well, point him out. We'll get him.
But hey, at least, you know what, Johnny Phive? At least you got one for yourself.
I get it.
And then you tell your brother-in-law he can come over anytime and play, as long as he watches your kid while you play.
Yeah, well.
That's the thing, though. Like, if you do really want to get this, you kind of have to just show up and get it.
Yeah,
There's no other way of doing it. Like, this is what I've learned from like the NES Classic. Like, I did want to get that system, but I didn't really want to show up. And like after like seeing that debacle kind of play out, because it wasn't really readily available online or in stores, this probably would have like kind of followed that same path. But Reggie Fils-Aimé says that they're gonna be releasing a lot more.
When they do release more NES classics, are you guys gonna line up for that? Like, is that something you're gonna want to get?
I might actually, because there are actually a couple games in there that I really like. I'm a huge fan of Star Tropics, and it's got Mega Man 2 on it too, and that's one of my all-time favorite games. I did play Mega Man 2 on the NES Classic at E3. And I'll say there's something about it when you're holding the controller and such, and it just controls a lot better, opposed to playing it on like a hacked PSP emulator, or like playing on your computer, even with like a gamepad hooked up. And the gamepad that I have is like built kind of like a PlayStation controller, so it doesn't feel the same. But like I kind of want to get that just so I can relive that experience. But until then, I will be playing Mega Man X on the SNES Classic instead. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna probably stop by, get some coffee, maybe get some food in us, and
then go home, because we have to make the long drive home on rush hour traffic, and I still have to go to work. So good thing I showered, right, guys?
Right. Showered. I didn't do that. All right, so we'll talk to you later.
Let's go to GameStop and get another one.
Do you want to go to Lancaster?
You want another one?
I don't want to get another one, but if I can go, if you don't mind.
All right, let's go.
7 miles away, so.
All right. All right, we're gonna go head towards the one in Lancaster.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.